Welcome to the reading today. Okay, see, I have a whole different setup going on here. All right. Um, Clearing the space of the incense, the candle, settle in. We're going to do a little Sunday read for you today. Okay. So make sure this doesn't. Yeah, this will be good. This will be good. I got my tea, so you may need a little beverage or something. Mm-mm-mm. Hot stuff, baby. Who's hot stuff over the weekend? Who's been the hot stuff? Is it you, collective? Was that you on my, getting into the love vibes on the reading I did, kicking off the full moon series for this January? I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter what day it is. Like the full moon energy always just calls me in to do a reading. It just does. So I think according to my calendar, it's officially tomorrow. So it might be like where it's the moon is going to be the fullest tonight, Sunday night. So definitely get out there, charge up your stuffs, right? Cleanse. Take advantage of a little moon dance in the moon bath. Okay? So, I am using my little Grateful Dead tarot today. So, happy Sunday Fun Day fam to the family fans out there, right? And, sometimes our fam doesn't act like our fam, right? And it's like, yikes. Yikes. Like, we came out of the same womb, bro. Yeah, so some of these differences are very, like, heir apparent. Literally, heir apparent. Like, and this is the type of thing where people think of, like, physical inheritance, but really it's more like, spiritual inheritance. Maybe you have certain mannerisms that are very like one of your passed on relatives, and you inherited something of that nature. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting here for somebody. So you may be connecting with your ancestors a little bit during this full moon as well. They say the veil is thin. I had a hard time sleeping last night, so I was up. I was taking advantage of the momentum too. I was organizing and doing a whole bunch of other things. So, yeah, don't be afraid to get out there and wave your wand, right? Like whatever it is you're doing, I'm not saying like just, let your freak flag fly, right? But do it safely, right? Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Ooh, the Six of Cups collective. So, did somebody come into play over the weekend that said, hey, it's been a minute, but yeah, I want to be playing with you, right? So they could have been out of play, now they want to be in play, right? Like, and you could have told this person, like, sports analogy, hello, they were out of bounds in the previous time, but now they want to come back reunited. They want to mend here. What you see with these broken spokes on this wheel, they want to mend whatever was broken out of this situation before. Only you can determine that, collective, right? And if you need more insight, you may need a personal reading out of that, which I would recommend you go reach out to a local reader. Six of Wands, okay, and the reason that they want to reunite with you is because they see you being celebrated, they see you looking good, maybe they see you asserting yourself, standing up for yourself, and they're like, wow, who's this? Oh, blah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, it's kind of giving me those vibes on, like, that dating show, The Bachelor. It's like, yeah, everybody can have fun in paradise, right? What happens when you get home, right? Unless you're uber wealthy, somebody has to take out the garbage, right? Somebody has to clean the toilet. Like, there's normal things that happen, right? That, not every, you may be able to shop like a billionaire with Temu, but we're not all living like billionaires over here, right? We're cleaning up after our damn selves. Okay. Yeah, the Magician. You're leaning into things that make you happy, that spark your interest, that spark your joy. Yeah, collective, this is a very positive and wholesome reading, I feel like, for you as a person in 2025. You feel very grounded to me. You may be using incense, sage, things of that nature. Um, yeah, this person kind of wants to be in and out lickety split, but you might show them the smoking gun and be like, look, you already did that, so why do I care to repeat that cycle? I don't, right? It's kind of like when the dead play, it's like they're not necessarily following a script. Yes, there's an arrangement. Yes, there's chord changes, but there's improvisation along the way, collective. And I feel like that's what you've been doing here. You're going after whatever it is that makes you happy to infinity and beyond. It doesn't matter what they try and do. I have been, myself personally, like I've had businesses gang stalked. I found evidence online. I have proof from companies that have told me things where I could probably take legal action, but if you look into the infinite future, you will see that anybody that's standing in your way and trying these tactics, it's not going to matter. Okay. So any of the little like peons, karmics that were trying to work against you, like a lot of them now are kind of like shocked seeing you rise. So again, this Mercury, I can't remember when the first. Alexa, when is the next Mercury retrograde, please? Okay, we have until March 15th. So for some of you, you could already be long gone, like that Dead song. What is it? I'll be long gone. Yeah, it's something like that. I'll be long gone. I think Bobby sings it. Anyway, you're like, I'm glad you're catching up to the news. Yeah, buy the book when it comes out. Thanks. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll come back for the signing, right? That's kind of where you're at with the vibes right now. Yeah, you've called judgment on the situation in your heart and you feel very whole about it. You are moving in the right direction, you're doing the right things. The forces are helping guide you versus being in that headwind constantly, right? Um, it's like when you're sitting around that campfire and it's like, okay, I'm gonna move my chair over here, and then the smoke follows you, and you're like, what the heck? What the heck? For a lot of you, I feel like that's how you've been feeling or living. And once you gave it up, you gave it up. You turned it over to the universe and you said, I'm not in control. Let this judgment come over. I'm going to accept it. And that's what you did. And that's why you feel very whole in this moment, in this time. This is also in the heart chakra position. There's, four directions here. There's four chambers of the heart. But you need those chambers in your heart to keep that blood pumping, to keep you alive. You're not just going to give one of those chambers away, are you? No, you're not. Okay. And thank the heavens that you have those four chambers in there, pumping and running and keeping you going, because there's other people that are like, I don't know how they're doing it. Right? Because they ain't helping you. And if anything, they're the headwind in the situation. And I feel like a lot of you have come to recognize that. So, let's see. Let's take another sip here. What is in the throat chakra, please? Look at that. that? The Queen of Cups. Yeah, so you're emotionally stable without being like, wailing and carrying on and crying and right. You know what I mean? Like the over emotional female trope. All right, like as if you don't have anything else to do, collective. Okay. For some people, they don't. And the reason is because they haven't done the work on themselves. They haven't built themselves up, taking that step towards infinity, leading that glorious life. Okay. If I had all the time in the world, I would, try and play music better, try and read as many books as possible. You know what I mean? All these things that you're finding time to do. Mm-hmm. And it's solidifying your place. It's like you are now the immovable feast. Okay? You are the garden. You are what has bloomed. You are the one that's giving the life, the water. You are that one, helping it, connecting it, flowing it to and from within and around in the universe. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, the full moon vibes. The reading the other day, I had Scorpio and Pisces come out, and Ace of Cups as well. So go back if this is resonating with you, especially around this full moon. There's like a set of like three or four readings now. So go back to the community tab and check that out. All right. Let's see what else here today. The Page of Swords, yes. If you want to know, are they watching? Are they listening? Are they trying to find out what's going on? Yes. Yes and yes. Okay. Some of this could be through, remote viewing, which, for some of you just might be social media. So watch what you post, right? If you don't want this person to know what's going on, don't post about them or block them or whatever it is. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it is an option. All right, your peace of mind is what, see, again, with this full moon here, your peace of mind is what's important here, collective. Do you want to feel all closed up and tense in 2025? Or do you want it to, let go, let it flow, right? What was that movie that, I love that movie, is the guy is like a landscape architect, and the woman is like an accountant, and it's also an interracial love story, but like one of so it was, kind of opposites attract kind of thing. But like in the movie, one of her friends is like, let go, let flow. She just keeps saying it, let go, let flow, right? And, these two in the movie that are dancing around each other thinking that they need to be doing this because so-and-so said so, and they need to be doing this because so-and-so said so. Well, when they let go, they found that they flowed really well together, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a steamy scene there, It's age appropriate, though, you know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, nudity or anything like that in it. It's not one of those grown folks movies. Can you guys imagine, like, having to go, like, the stuff that's on the internet these days, can you imagine, like, having to go down to Times Square to watch some of it? Can you even imagine them showing some of the stuff that's on the internet right now, like, down in Times Square? There would be people running out of the theaters, like... I mean, Jesus Christ, people, the intense, it's like the sexual fucking Olympics out there. I don't know what people are trying to do these days. And then you have all these people online dating and nobody's hooking up. Something's not lining up, folks. Something's not lining up here, okay? Here's a news flash. Very few people are having the kind of whatever that they're showing on the internet. You know what? And a lot of those people on there are like doing content creation, so they're selling their ass. All right, so if that ain't for you, right, just think about it. All right, I'm just saying. Three of Wands. It's just, I know it's, it's like, oh, everybody's on the internet, therefore it must be okay. Well, not exactly, right? And I feel like collective, logically, you understand that and you're separating yourself from a lot of what the crowd is doing. Like the Three of Wands is kind of like the travel card, but this is also like your ships coming in. It's like, yeah, you stood on business, you stood on your faith, you stood on your morals, you stood on that high ground, and now people are hearing the call that you put out, and they're like, yeah, I can dig it. I can go with that, right? Unlike the I can't go with that I channeled the other day when they're like, what, you got my body, you want my soul too? No, you cannot have my friggin' soul. My soul, relies on the higher power, and that's not Lucifer. Get a clue. Get a clue. You can call it God, you can be agnostic, you can call it higher power, you can call it source, you can call it spirit, you can call it universe, you can call it cherry picking your little fucking nose standing with the thumb up your butt against the wall. I don't care what you call it. I don't. I really don't. So that might trigger some religious people, that might trigger some anti-religious people, but the fact is you're watching this message right now. All right? Everybody gets all concerned about, oh, well, it's all wrapped up this way. This is what they're talking about, right? I mean, how many movies there's a whole friggin' TV show out there called Undercover Boss where the guy goes up, gets disguised up, goes and works these jobs and, nobody, recognizes him or whatever. It's like, this is what these energies, I wouldn't say don't matter, but they're energies that have, potentially pushed against you, right? Versus supporting you on your journey. Okay. So, some of them, that's all they're going to have time to do. Sit, talk, and gossip. And they're not actually going to get to see, like, they're going to be able to see a snapshot. And they do have an idea that you actually worked for this, right? But that's not how they're going to spin it. Because they can't do it. Yeah. Yeah. Collective leaving us out again. Like, whatever. After a certain point, you're just like, okay, you continue to spin that story, fine. Believe what you want. Instead of arguing with one of my exes one time, and he was like, you're doing this, I'm like, you know what? Believe whatever you want. I can't. I don't have time to argue with you anymore about it. That's a you problem, not a me problem. We ended up going our separate ways, but I mean that was part of his insecurity. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not, have never been a jealous person or never been insecure or anything like that, but it was to the max. And it's like, well, we got to ask ourselves why. What is the point of that cycle then, right? Are these truly things that we can mend, or do we need to call it a day and say we tried our best on that day and now we have separate days ahead, right? So just beware when this person comes riding in and like wants to be part of your celebration. You know what I mean? Like as if they were there, supporting you the whole time. And it's like, well, no, actually the four chambers of the collective's heart is what got this train moving. Nothing else, right? You were guided by spirit. You were guided by source. You were guided by that higher power, right? There might have been 15 other people telling you, yeah, go ahead. But something was nagging you. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to meditate on it. Maybe I'm going to pray about it. Maybe you had a dream, something. You got the answer. And you're like, you know what? No, actually, I don't think I need to do what those 15 people are telling me. Yes, I need to do. I mean, some of these kids, they got so many friggin' tattoos all over their faces, and everyone's, oh yeah, that's so cool, it's so cool. So is it? I mean, is that what you actually want to look like? Or are you doing it because you think somebody thinks it looks cool? Again, I'm not saying anything against tattoos. I freaking have one. Do you know what I'm saying? But I waited till I was over 40 freaking years old to get one as well. Maybe I listened to some other people that thought, maybe I shouldn't move so fast on this. Right? Again, I'm not saying anything against it. It's just, not everything has to be a knee jerk in internet timing, right? If you want that tattoo bad enough, next week you're going to want it just as bad. Trust me. And you got to run it really bad in order to sit through that needle. So, yeah, there's somebody that's jealous of what you have here. Again, this remote viewing, this spying, this whatever it is, asking their friends for like a report type thing. Yeah, who are your friends? Like, they want to know more about you so they can like kind of stalk you type thing instead of just talking to you, right? But yeah, don't worry. Like, don't. I don't think this person's actually gonna bother you. Yeah. I don't know, Clay. There's just, and I feel like there's something that's going to happen, and it's like you've been saying this, you've been talking about it, and it's like people didn't want to believe that this was happening, and here it's like, I wasn't just saying this for my health. You know what I mean? That's the collective. It's like the collective is doing things. They move on behalf of humanity as a whole. Yes, do we need to save ourselves? But when we're moving in non-toxic behaviors, those things that save ourselves also save others, right? And this message has been coming through a lot too for some of you. That may be like, religion saving you. Like maybe you're going to go to church more in 2025. Maybe you're going to start some kind of spiritual practice, meditative practice in 2025. Whatever it is that's going to like, you know what? Yes, this is who I am. These are the things I need to achieve. This is what I've been waiting for. Right? Not waiting for somebody else to come and recognize how great you are. They'll figure that out one day, right? Whoever the creator is, we're all going to figure that out one day, how great it actually is, right? But your eyes are open now, collective, and you realize that you're a part of it. There are other people that didn't think you were a part of it. They didn't think you were deserving of it. Oh my God. I don't really like talking about how these people, but some of them are getting their comeuppance. This came out yesterday. Somebody finds you very attractive again. So it could be just a physical thing for this person as well. Or, like how every dude on a dating profile will be like, I express through physical touch. Well, if you're trying to enter into a sexual romantic relationship with somebody, yeah, physical touch is going to be a part of it, right? But when that's the dominant theme, that's when we get into the toxicity, right? So this person could be, some kind of, you're gonna tell this person like you ain't no hollaback girl, okay? You're just like, I'm good on that kind of vibe, right? Yeah, you could really to be telling this person like, I don't know what you want from me, like, because your focus, collective, is on your purpose right now, and your purpose is not to be low vibing for other people. You ever see the movie Flashdance, when her friend Jeannie stops ice skating and then she gives up all hope and then she like starts working at the strip joint and she drags her out of there and she's like, you know what I mean? But she's like, girl, you're better than this. Like, come on now. You know what I mean? It's that kind of moment here for a lot of people that are like, wow. And maybe you do have a friend that's like, hey, you're doing some stupid stuff. Maybe you want to reconsider that. But don't take that advice for granted, collective, or whoever you are out there, because the next time, they might not say a goddamn thing. They'll just watch you fall on your goddamn face. And they'll laugh. Be very careful of the people that you surround yourself with. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. So again, you may be questioning people's motives around you. Some of these people may just want money for whatever nefarious activities that they're in. Drugs, legal problems, whatever it is. Whew. Whoever this person that wants to reunite with you, they definitely have feelings of love towards you. I don't know how mature these feelings are. That's just kind of what I'm getting, collective. I feel like you're very whole feeling without them expressing this, okay? For some of you, this may have been kind of like a young love or a puppy love kind of thing where it's just like, okay, like whatever. Didn't work. You went your separate ways. You grew up and it's like, did this person grow up though? Yeah, you invested into yourself during this time that you were not with this person. What did they do? What did they do at their time? When COVID first hit, I was watching one of those Dr. Phil's and somebody was like, Dr. Phil's like, look, you can use this time to come out the same, or you can use this time to come out better. Maybe you want to start an exercise program. Maybe you want to start eating better. Maybe you want to start that book. Maybe you want to organize your house. Maybe, like the other day, like I was absolutely, part of what I was doing was organizing, but like during COVID, like I had to keep working. I was working full time. Okay. You know what I mean? So my world didn't stop like a lot of other folks did. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy, this came out again yesterday. You guys, I don't know who this person is. They feel very strongly about you. I mean, I'll just say that. Okay. They might even feel like you're shutting them out from opportunities to so you could have this person blocked or something. So you might need to ask for some more guidance regarding this person, especially if this is resonating with you as a certain person on your mind, okay? And especially because if you are feeling very whole in the situation, you're like, Lord, give me strength, because Lord knows I am not going back. I am not doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the people that want to bait you into having these arguments and these dramas and and you're just like, okay. Maybe when I was 23, you could get away with this type of stuff and these type of antics, but now it's like, yeah, you're like, I'm gonna pray, and that's how I'm counting to 5 on your ass right now, okay? So that I don't, exactly, right? Let you see the real wrath of God, the Almighty, okay? Okay. All right, Evander Holyfield's coming through. I'm just saying. Again, family. Okay. This person, I feel like, could also, so this fighting type stuff, this person could be very defensive over you. So funny. I also have the radio on in the background, and like White Wedding by Billy Idol is on right now, which, if you guys know me, you do know I do like some Billy Idol. All right, I'm gonna get some quick clarification And then we will move it along, okay? So I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend, or if you're just starting your weekend, you know, welcome to, you know, kicking it off. Maybe you got the next couple days off. Yay, right? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Somebody could also be making fake profiles, collective. I'm kind of getting that message here a little bit with this Page of Swords, which the Page is, you know, that's kind of a Page of Swords-y type thing to do. But because some of you would be like, I don't want to talk to anybody from my past. You know what I mean? You're like, nah. Yeah, you're like, over it. Called judgment, done and gone. Yeah. The Empress. Yeah, they want to reunite with you because you are the Empress. You got it going on. Are you Mrs. Jones, right? We got a thing going on. This could also be a person that I feel like sees you kind of in your daily life or daily routine. So this could be somebody like even in your building, like somebody that's, and maybe you got off on the wrong foot with this person, and that's kind of why they want to mend these fences, to see then if something else can spark, okay, and then that this can get turned into motion. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they're working really hard on manifesting this, and they could be doing some kind of rituals over the weekend, with around the full moon, hoping that you're going to respond, okay, you know, almost like sending up a smoke signal to get your attention. This person could smoke as well, cigars, marijuana, cigarettes, whatever, you know, vape, whatever it is. I'm getting the kind of the poof of smoke here. 9 of Swords. Okay. So, yeah, this person's worried that you're moving on without them. There could be other people that are worried that you're moving on without them as well, but it's a concern here. And I feel like for somebody, it's making them feel kind of like caged in a little bit. They're feeling cagey. 8 of Wands. Yeah, so I think collective, once you've accepted like what your new role is, what your new path is, you know what I mean? With or without these entities around you. Yeah, it's almost like like one of my friends that worked for like a was like a physician's assistant. Like she was not a medical school physician's assistant, but an assistant to a physician. Like she would get one thing done, they'd be like, okay, well, I guess I'll give you this, and then she would get it done. It's like she would get things done so fast. It's like they had trouble keeping up with her. It's like this. So that's like this 8 of Wands. It's like, because when the Hydra, if you cut one head off, then it grows back again, and it's just like keeps coming. Okay, it's gonna be like that, but again, instead of you know, the ball of problems, right, rolling down the hill, chasing you, getting bigger and bigger. It's more like, you know, you're chasing that wheel of cheese, except you have like a safe way to like toboggan down, you know, versus like the people that throw themselves down that hill and tumble. Because again, you're smarter than that. As I've said before, there's a difference between scared and stupid. You ever see Back to the Future? What's the matter, you chicken? And then what happens? Well, you know, he acted out of fear. You know, that guy trying to say he was scared. But really, what he was fucking stupid to try and race that dude. And then he got in the accident. Marty's accident in 1985. All right, guys. Come on now. Y'all need to watch that one. Back to the Future Part 2. Part 2. And you can see in those movies, it's like one thing happens, then the next thing, and then it's like all of a sudden we're in the middle of this what? Because of what kind of decision, right? So I feel like other people could be getting karma right now, whereas you are getting, it's like, yeah, you guys are going in opposite directions. Like for some people, it's like, oh, now, you know, they got the car problem, and then there might be a legal problem, and maybe there's something going to be happening with their job, and then maybe there's something going to be happening with their house. It's going to be like that, whereas you're like, you've accepted where you're at, and you are being carried. Okay? Like the prayer about the footsteps, and then there was only one set. Okay? I also cleared my driveway again, you guys, today. I talked about that the other day on the channel. Or people jumping on, how you make your money? Well, I make money by not paying lazy people to come over and do poor shoveling jobs. Okay, how about that? I save money by DIY, doing it myself. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles collective. Some of you could be over the home. You keep a nice home. You like to cook. You like to, you know, maybe you like to crochet. It's that kind of stuff here. So we have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody could have also tried to put you in competition with another woman. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, didn't calculate that one, did you, Rain Man? Because I got news for you. Neither one of these queens is going to stick around for any of that. They're just not. I mean, I just heard alone in the nursing home, you guys. I mean, Meanwhile, somebody else out here in the collective is sprouting their wings, and they're not only growing roots, but they're also nourishing those around them. They're not just taking from the soil to feed their, you know. So we got the water signs, we got the earth signs as well. Yeah, to feed their what? Ego. Remember Calibus, what he looked like by the time he was Lord of the... Yeah, he got to be Lord of the Underworld, but he was not very attractive. And he only got to see his girlfriend when she got, you know, let out in the dreamscape to come down to the swamp to visit him, his ugly ass. All right. And his mother up there, you know, was it Hera pleading? No. All right. But that was his karma. Just like Lucifer's karma is, you know, to be out here and try and get in the collective's mindset and make us think that we are not supposed to be out here doing good things. No, we must all be evil. Blah. Go F yourself, demon head. Come on now. Let's be smart in 2025. Aren't we over this by now? Aren't we over this by now? So collective, you could have a lot of haters in your energy. That's not going to work. Why are you doing this? We've never done that before. Blah, blah, blah. Good for you. Right? Again, a lot of these people with all these opinions, they are not mowing your grass. They are not cleaning your kitchen. They are not scrubbing your toilet. They are not paying a goddamn bill. So they can shut the goddamn hell up, can't they? If they want to say something about your life, they can walk their little fucking ass into church and get on their fucking knees and ask the Lord to help you. Because Lord knows they ain't doing jack shit. In Jesus' name we pray. Right? I always like that one when I... It's like, but Lord, I've been on my knees every night. We know, right? We know how you pray, honey. We know. It pays to pray sometimes, don't it? That's what some of these dumb hoes only know, okay? That is how fucking dumb they are. That is how dumb they are. The reasons they're so goddamn skinny is because they don't even know how to feed themselves. All they can do is smoke a fucking pole. Somebody feed me. I don't know what else to do when I don't have a big dick in my mouth. Really? Why don't you work on reciting the Lord's Prayer then? If you're so fucking religious. Bitches. These damn cunts. I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. Oh my. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this be the prayer you hear out in the parking lot. Right? So mama doesn't have to come in there and smack all your little faces in front of all your neighbors. Understand? People think they're getting away with stuff, and it's like, no, you're not. Some of us just like peace and tranquility. We don't like to mess with you. And you know why? Because we know God's on our side. Turning the other cheek gets me into another type of business. Business that you ain't in. Business that you don't know nothing about, Karmic. Why? Because they're studying your old shit. They're out there still studying 1995, y'all. Yeah. How do they do it? I don't know. Maybe they opened a fucking book one day. Maybe they watched a YouTube video out here on YouTube University about how to read tarot cards. Right? Okay? Learn a skill. Make that magic happen in your own life, right? Stop looking at everybody else saying, oh, what do they have? What do they have? What do they have? Well, if you like what they have, start doing what they're doing. Okay? I used to work with a gal. She did professional bodybuilding, right? And she worked full-time. Like, there's people that's all they do full-time is do that bodybuilding. But she had a full-time job and was doing that, right? She said there's some girl going, oh, I want your arms. And she's like, all right, well, try and keep up with me in the gym today. Well, she couldn't do it, right? But, oh, they want it. They want it so bad, right? But are they willing to do the work? Oh, I bet you all know the answer to that one, don't you? Why is that? Because they show up like this. Oh, I came up short again. Yeah, well, what you been doing with your time? Run around town telling how you hate this person, hate that person, hate this person. Why don't you go get a fucking job? Why don't you go wipe some fucking old person's ass? I'm sure there's somebody that needs it. Instead of sitting there saying, oh, the collective has this, the collective has that. Well, maybe the collective shops on Temu like a fucking billionaire. For all the same goddamn cheap shit that's made in fucking China anyway. Yeah, it's all on the same block. Okay, they're all like right next to each other. It ain't complicated. People fighting over dumb stuff. Have you ever fought to work for anything? The mentality is just beyond me. And that's why these people are not in the collective. They are not on the journey. They're on a journey, but it's the journey to the spiral to, Dante's Inferno and all that shit. Okay. I'm just saying, it's some real stuff, folks. It is some real stuff. Anyway, yeah. They wanted to take. Six of Pentacles. But this is the Six of Pentacles where there's the spider involved. And we all know the spider has 8 legs. So 6 and 8 is not balanced, is it? Well, but I need the extra because of this. You're like, and at first you're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, no big deal. And then it's like they expect it, right? Yeah. Kind of like that friend, you give them a ride because they don't have a car. And you're like, oh, first time, for a couple times, you're like, oh, that's cool. No, yeah, don't worry about it. Then it's like, well, hey, aren't you gonna, Then it becomes that expectation. And you're like, well, wait, now you're having to overextend yourself, right? And in the meantime, what work did that person do to change their situation? None, nothing, none, nothing, none, nothing. Let's say it again. None, nothing. Okay, so that could be why you're saying bon voyage, all that. Wrap a boundary around that. Take the city bus. Call a lift. Do what you need to do. Or better yet, get those little pedal pushers of yours working. All right? You didn't eat good at Thanksgiving and Christmas? Everybody's got a little gut to walk off, don't they? Welcome to the real world. Get to stepping. Get to hoofing. Left, right, left. You ever been in the military? Some have. You know what I'm saying? Some have, and they're still pieces of shit, if you can believe that. So, for some people, it just, there's nothing that's going to work. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't go through, you're going to go through the military and then you're going to come out being even a worse piece of shit than when you got in there. Like, wow. Didn't really get anything out of that, I guess. Anyway. All right, you guys. I think that is all I have for you today. Let me do a couple animal oracle cards here for the full moon. Leave you with some nice closing messages, okay? La-di-da-di, let's have a party. We don't cause trouble or bother nobody. Again, the 100% free way to support the channel is to subscribe or like the video. And I believe if I get up to the subscriber count for the, I can do like some 18 plus videos for you guys that would be like for subscribers only. So you would have a special like preview to that, okay? Wolf, Pathfinder, release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. So whoever this is that wants to reunite with you, they see you as a very loyal person as well, okay? Someone who has forged their own path in many instances, or collective, you may be in that mode right now. B, community. You're a powerful creator. You may be creating your own community right now as well. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the Queen of Abundance. We also had 2 queens out here, the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Both very abundant. Abundant with love, you know, maybe making that community, okay, with the Queen of Cups. Um, your work blesses everything you touch. Queen of Pentacles style, right? Queen of Pentacles would be somebody who's relentless about work, right? Um, you know, thinking there's just one more thing I can finish today before I sit down for the night, right? That kind of, that kind of attitude, right? And here saying be open to receiving sweetness. So with the Queen of Cups, for some of you that could even be literal, like, you know, around the corner, like Valentine's Day type stuff. Cat, independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Again, like I was saying before, you know, those 15 people that were like, yeah, that face tattoo looks really good. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to think about that. Right? Maybe you end up putting it on your shoulder instead or something different, right? But like, yeah, you're not one to go with the crowd, like, or like everybody could be leaving to go to the next place and you're just like, oh, I'm good right here. In fact, you know, you know, you go ahead without me. You know, I might only be another, you know, hour here anyway. You know, that kind of thing. You know, some people be like, well, I know I follow these people everywhere. I do what they want me to do, and then they don't like. Yeah, because you're a follower. They don't look at you as a leader. They look at you as a follower. So they're going to treat you as a follower. So don't be surprised if you are following people, all right, that people treat you as their followers. People followed, you know, Jesus Christ also. You know? Obviously not everybody is out there as, you know, religious or in that way, right? But think about that. I know some people have a problem with the 10 Commandments, but overall, you know, there's some good suggestions, you know. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not commit murder, right? Honoring your parents, you know. Maybe you have shit parents, but maybe you have some good parents. Honor them. Right? Don't get wrapped, like I said before, don't get wrapped up in the picture. Well, that's religious. Thou shalt not murder. Yeah, it's in the commandments, and that's religious, but it's also a rule of law that's pretty good in general, right? Don't get so hung up on the friggin' details that you forget the message. This is where I get irritated, right? Because it's like, I know we're smarter than this, right? For some of you, you could have your some blockages with your third eye. You could need to do some clearing. There's lots of videos on that. I would highly suggest starting with some solfeggio frequencies, you know, meditation type music, if you're not sure what to do first. I would say counseling could help as well if you're feeling blocked, right? Because really, when you're in communication with your purpose, it's you know, you ever met those people? They're so sure of their of what they're doing and where they're going and why they're doing it, right? It's because some of those people have figured that out for themselves. They understand, you know, when you say third eye, I mean, think about, you know, a self-actualized person, what they use. They use the triangle to describe that, okay? So what's in your pyramid here? In that third eye, guiding you. You know, pointing you this way, pointing you that way, right? For me today, it was, you know, consuming healthy foods. That's why, I made sure to get out and we, invested in a juicer today. Right? Let me tell you, it was hard to find celery last week at the store. Because everybody's freaking juicing. Okay. Anyway. I'm sure that'll taper off. a little bit. All right. What else do we have here? Owl magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's such a... No, it's not. Yes, you do know. Get to the library and look it up. Go on the internet and look it up. I don't know what that is. I just don't know. Yeah, you can figure it out. It's possible. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Again, just as somebody, your 15 friends said, oh yeah, go get all those tattoos on your face, right? Just that's kind of like, yeah, go ahead, commit a whole bunch of felonies. I'm sure you'll be fine. That only works for certain people. Okay? You may need that friend that says, you sure about that? Choose to know the truth. Cutting the crap. Again, magic, right? Somebody could be like, oh, I don't know how you figured that. It's just so mad. Wow. If you actually tune into your intuition, right? Listen to yourself when you're hungry. Listen to yourself when you're tired. Things are going to start making a lot more sense when you start listening. But you need to listen from within. Okay? Not listening to Sally down the street that's like, oh, I only need like 4 hours. Well, good for you. Some of us need 6, 7. Actually, what? Scientists have studied this already, and they say that, yes, okay? So, take the mystery out of life for the simple things that we can control, right? And then that's how the magic's going to happen. All right? Consistency is key. So many people give up. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please do subscribe, like the video, like the channel. Donate to the channel if you have that kind of blessing to share. If not, your blessing of your presence by liking and subscribing would be even better. You know why? Because that's you helping spread that little good juju out into the universe. Okay? So, until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.